Ну, просто да.
Если хочешь помахать ручкой, это такое трансляция.
Okay, good evening folks, welcome along to our auctions here at Ray White's Glenfield. Great to have you here. The auction centre for us on Ray White on the North Shore. Good to see you, some familiar faces in the crowd, some other people that are new, and thank you for coming along here this evening. Welcome along first off on behalf of the good team here at the Carpenter Group. Welcome, and we look forward to your opportunity to be able to bid and purchase. Obviously, slightly different to our standard setup. We are spaced out for social distancing just to make sure that we're all protected here this evening. But by all means, the love is still being passed around. We're here to serve you in all regards. So, good opportunity to be able to bid, obviously. Out the back, there are your bathrooms and anything you need throughout the course of this evening, feel free to ask away. Folks, those that are registered to bid unconditionally here this evening, we wish you all the very best under the terms that have been provided. The team are all dotted throughout the room here this evening, and a huge number of agents in the Carpenter Realty Group service here in Glenfield, right the way down to Beach Haven and across the North Shore. Folks, good chance to be able to bid the purchase of the properties in just a moment. I'll take you through the terms and conditions under which we'll bid and buy here first off, and we take you through the properties verbatim style as well. Your first offering for this evening will be the property at Holloway Ave in North Coates. The second one being Hogan's Road in Glenfield, thirdly Hemmingwell Street in Birkenhead, and Sunnyhaven Avenue, Beach Haven, our lot number 4, and a nice little pull forwards to our time slot today at 12 Paragon Avenue as lot number 5. Folks, throughout the course of the campaign, will be detailed with your terms and conditions under which you'll bid and buy. Those are your unconditional terms under which we'll transact here this evening. Those that are waiting for an opportunity to place an offer post-auction, there is a few of you turning up here this evening. We wish you all the very best. However, our unconditional opportunities do get the first chance to be able to have a bite of the pie, so to speak. Your opportunity is bidding subject to the terms that have been made available. Your physical address and also legal description is attached there for you as per your contract. Your list of channels, they're also confirmed. If there are any exclusions, we'll note those down on your documentation for you. The settlement date, the day that you'll be able to move into the property and enjoy it, is noted down on the contracts, and an interest rate charge there for late settlement as well. And that simply means to make sure that you settle on time. All the properties tonight are sold subject to a reserve price. The reserve price is on your documentation. It gives you, on my documentation, it gives me a figure to work towards. And if we can reach that number, indeed, I can put it on the market and sell it to you. In the event that we don't reach that figure, I'll pause and negotiate just with our top bidder here this evening. Give them a chance to be able to secure it unconditionally. And in the event that we don't sell it in the unconditional state, we move into post-auction negotiation with our conditional buyers. Three things will happen once you buy. You'll sign the documentation, deposit 10% of your purchase price and let the GST status be known. Your bidding is all inclusive of GST here today, so nothing payable on top of your purchase price. And in that regard, have good confidence underneath that contract that you buy very well indeed. If there are any further terms in respect to our properties here this evening, they'll be noted down on the further terms part of that documentation. There is an appendix generally at the back of those documents. If there's anything I need to draw your attention to throughout the course of the bidding here this evening, I'll take you through that as we progress. We wish you all the very best in your endeavours to buy here this evening. Give you the chance to be able to bid in just a moment. Let's take you through the first offering for us here tonight. 2/20 Holloway Avenue in North Coast has been well marketed over the last couple of weeks by Team Train. They stand left and right, Tracy and Wayne, and as always, a great job on the campaigns. This one beautifully positioned in North Coast. I'm told it has superb views, a great opportunity to be able to see some appreciation in the asset into the future as well, and a chance to be able to bid to buy it in just a moment. 2/20 Holloway Ave is a cross-lease fee simple estate. It sits on flat 2, deposited plan 160046, and garage 2, deposited plan 164846. Your record title is noted down for you as N8 99B Folio 426. Your listed channels they are confirmed for you as fixed floor covering, blinds, curtains, light fittings, the dishwasher, extractor fan, the rain shorts, waste disposal unit, the cooktop and oven, the garage door remotes, the garden sheds, all accessories, and the ventilation system. position will be set down for you 19th of August 2020 or earlier if you so choose, and agree between yourself and the owner. Terms for further terms are nice and clear, just our standard additions to contract and Reach and Fit Your Home scheme there in terms of your insulation covered for you as well. Folks, it's a great contract to bid under and superb property to be bidding for here today. If it's size you are after, you've come to the right place in this home. If you are after a home that you can add your own special value to into the future, you've come to the right place also. And if you're after location and views, it's all here. This home is one of those pieces of real estate that is well worth investing into, and a home that has been well loved by our owner over the last couple of years as well. The views are spectacular, and the size of the property I'm sure gives you plenty of options into the future. There's plenty of space around the property for you to use in the greenery, and a home that I'm sure will return in spades over the years. Auckland CBD, obviously nice and close by there for you. Northcote Primary, Intermediate and College. Everything is at your fingertips. It is one of those homes that will protect you into the future, and a great chance to be able to secure it here this evening. A number of people lined up on a conditional basis on this one, I'm told by the team. We wait for an opportunity to be able to buy it unconditionally here this evening though. In your hands, buyers, where do we start? Opening bidder offer, and usually the bidder has to start with the first option, so we've got plenty of time for us to kick it away when we see it.
Be a long, warm evening.
Where do we go? Opportunity to kick us off. The figure, if we will. We need to start somewhere to see where we go. Number to go, what do we set? That's what I was going to say. So here we go. So $900,000 is your bid left-hand side. At $900,000, seeing bids over above, maybe $25,000 just to rise nice and easily. But at $900 the bid. At $900,000 we are. Left-hand side, and we call it away at $900,000. At $900, seeking further interest, 925 to go from here. Left-hand side, I'm with you. First chance at $900,000. Second to call in at $900. Third. Our final at $900,000 the offer. What I'm going to do, Wayne, I'm going to raise a bid of $925,000 on the owner's behalf. A bid at $950, happy to pause and negotiate and see where we go from there. So at $925,000 it is on the owner's behalf at present, an opportunity over and above. Now $950 puts you in the seat, no further bidding from me over and above that bid, but at $950 will put you in the seat to negotiate and see where we go. So at $925,000, it's the owner's behalf at present. $950 if you'd like, happy to put you in the seat to negotiate. At $925,000, at $925, a bit back, 50 if you'd like it. I call away 3 times only. First call at $925, 50 can I say. Second call at $925,000. 50's with you. So 950, no further bid from here, folks. We pause and negotiate with our people left-hand side straight away. So at 950, I know there's some further interest in the room, but at 950 now, left hand, we call away. First chance at 950,000. Second call at 950. Third, our final at $950,000. Okay, well at 950, pretty good value to pause at. We're going to go straight into negotiation on this one. Sit tight, folks. I'm going to have a quick chat with you. We'll talk to the owners as well. Cheers. Catch you in a sec. Hey, thanks folks, thanks for your patience. I negotiate backwards and forwards during the auctions here, so I take a little bit of time, obviously both on the owner's side and also on the purchaser's side, just to make sure that everyone's comfortable and we make the right decisions. We respect your patience and we won't be too long. We'll be back in about 5 minutes hopefully for the announcement. Thank you.
Saying the mall's this big underground concrete thing that they need to heat. If we're part of the mall, we get the afternoon sun coming in. So, like I've got the kitchen door at the moment trying to get a through draft to get some of the heat out. I had to think about how to do this with the new rules. I think I've got it right. You can have two.
Yeah,
I'll go get some more.
already?
I'm living here. Okay, see how it goes. I'll definitely keep in touch with you and hopefully we get something.
How you feeling, guys?
Good.
Yeah. Sorry, it's sort of like the pause of negotiating takes a long time sometimes.
How long will it take? Like,
Sometimes 5 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes. Yeah.
do you have a lot of videos for something?
More just walked in. So, yeah, we've got some competition. Just know your numbers. Got those? Cemented in your minds? All on the phone.
Hey, thanks folks, thank you for your patience. We obviously have been negotiating with our party in the centre here. Thank you for your time. To our owners, congratulations. We are on the market at $1,060,000 now, so the $1,060,000 your bid, and we put it on the market to sell. So 3 times our call, our opportunity is here and gone. First time, the $1,060,000 and with you. Second, the chance at $1,060,000. Third, final time at $1,060,000, and welcome home. So, congratulations. Lot number 2 is just a moment. Thanks. Okay, folks, we roll on to welcome to for you again today. I've got the very well positioned at 114 Holdens Road in Glenfield. A magic opportunity. It is beautifully renovated. It is ready for you to move into and thoroughly enjoy. The property itself has been well marketed over the last couple of weeks. Chantal Turner and Nicola Miller have been in charge of your marketing. These guys are doing wonderful work in Glenfield and many surrounding areas, and great job on their campaign again on this one. The property itself has been marketed with your own conditional terms. They are 1/14 Holdens Road in Glenfield. It's cross-lease feasible estate. It's a third share in 1,123 square metres. Flat 1, deposited plan 128660, and lot 26, deposited plan 44484. Your record title is NA 75A Folio 279, Alistair Chapel to Fernview. They are stove, fixed floor coverings, blinds, curtains, light fittings, dishwasher, drapes, and the heat pump. Vacant possession, the day you'll be able to move in, is subject to your further term being in clause 23, and your interest rate charged there for late settlement at 12% per annum. Further terms, they are all noted down as 21 through 23. Retrofit your home scheme is in 22, and the settlement clause in relation to your settlement is in 23. I won't read through them, but I'm sure you've read them subject to your bidding here today. All other terms are as standard, a great cash, clean, unconditional contract for your bidding. We wish you all the very best in that regards. Well folks, it is beautiful and has a good sense of charm. It's a nice little cutie, and it is well wrapped up in a perfect location, all nice and close to your amenities, your transport, and everything you need in Glenfields. Folks, the home itself with indoor-outdoor flow with the covered area there, sort of extending your living for you. I'm sure it'll be perfect for the summer barbecues in the few months to come. But in the winter period, you're sheltered from the rain, and a great chance to be able to secure a home that not only has character, but a central location and plenty of space to work with as well. This one is ready for you folks. It is now that you offer your tender to purchase. Really seeing it is in your hands to tell us your starting figure. We're here, opportunity to start. Where we go? Time is now, opening offer in your courts. Would you like to start it? $580. Okay, that's number to start. So $580,000. We invite you in. So 580. We take $600,000 over and above if you'd like it. At 580, we are right hand side and with you. At $580,000 and looking good. At 580, time and opportunity is here. Now at $600,000, it'd be pretty good buying, but at 580,000 we are. At 580, time is now at 600. We call away 3 times and with you, right hand side. Our first call then at 580,000. Second, the chance at $580,000. Our third then, final chance at $580,000 our bids. Okay, well at $580,000, what I do is we move it slightly north, we take it to a level of 600,000. So at 600,000 on the owner's behalf now, at 600. So at $600,000, we take 20 if you would like it. At $600,000 the bid. At 600 and a call back at 20 on your move, first chance. At $600,000, second at 20. Third and the final at $600,000, 20 to go from here at 620. Time is here. So at $600,000 out there, 620 if you'd like it. Time is here. Again, I call away 3 times, nothing more. First, second, and back in 20. So it's $620,000 now out there at 620. Invite you back at 640 if you'd like it. At $620,000 the bid. At 620, 440 with me. At $620,000 our call. At 620. Time is here. Are we going? First time at $620,000. Offer 10 if it helps. Second call at $620,000 for bids. Third final at $620,000 the offer. Okay folks, well at 620 our bid with our people right hand side. I pause and negotiate. We'll give you a bit of time to think about what you would like to do. We pause with our buyer. I think our agent from Ray White Albany has joined us tonight to negotiate, so we'll get straight into that. We pause with your buyer Jesse and back to you in a minute. Thank you.
fall, and it kind of like went up my jersey, and he said he was up to sort of like 5. But he said it was just basically all similarities. I know, but that's me too. I'm just going to go drive a tractor. That's what I'm right. Yeah. We don't have a deputy trainers to, to Warrington. Different. Yeah. Somebody was saying that they can't kind of wear a lot. Very good too. They go through a lot. So it's kind of like next to something. Oh, sometimes. Somebody was saying that he was just a bit involved in the cast and they said maybe they said they're making like 20 because I guess they're clothing at a time. Right, well, another day of 0 COVID, so you know, that's next.
Thanks, folks. Just negotiating the room here, translation in the middle as well, so taking a bit of time, but we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with an announcement around the price on this one, and hopefully in the affirmative, we'll be back to you in just a second. Thanks. Hey, thanks, folks. Obviously, negotiations taken a little bit of time with our people in the room here. They are still negotiating. They've risen their offer to a level of $645,000 at present. We are at the final points in decision making on this one, so we won't be too long with an announcement, but I'm going to leave the business owner Glenn here in charge of the rest of the negotiations. I'm sure we're going to close that in a short period of time, and we wish our the buyer the very best. We aren't going to be passing the property in, we're just going to wait for that negotiation to take place and we to try and see if we can sell it unconditionally for our owners here this evening. While we do that, we roll on to lot number 3, a property that is positioned at 5 bar 103, Henry Miles Street in wonderful Birkenhead. And Rochelle Briston has been your marketing agent over the last couple of weeks. A superb job as always on our campaigns, and Sydney Wallace obviously alongside here as well. Folks, your terms and conditions for this one again, unconditional for your bidding. And the terms are as follows. 5 bar 103 Henry Street in Birkenhead. It is a cross-lease piece of what stated. It sits on flat 5, deposited plan 76248, and lot 1, deposited plan 51983. Our record title wrapped up is N832C folio 917. Your channels are included as stove, the flex floor coverings, the blinds, light fittings, drapes, the extractor fan, the rain shorts, and also TV aerial. Settlement date set down for you is 20 working days after the unconditional date. The interest rate charged to the full settlement sits at 12% per annum. Your further terms are nice and clear in all respects here today, just the standard additions to contracts. And in that regard, have good confidence that under the contract we execute here this evening is a nice, clean transaction. Well, folks, Birkenhead, well, it sells itself. Location is indeed a premium on this one. A very solid offering. It is renovated throughout, ready for you to move into and enjoy. And a home that has plenty of space throughout as well. Local schools, the ferry, public transport, all nice and close by. This one, obviously, in terms of location, will hold its value, I'm sure, and so we look to The home itself with plenty of private space surrounding the home here with your garden. So a nice lifestyle, a great atmosphere, and a beautifully renovated property ready for you to move into. We've seen it, loved it, folks. It is ready for you to buy here this evening. So 5103 that we put in your hands for an opening bid or offer, and numbers to start us away. Hey guys, how are you? We kick it away at a level that you see fit. Where do we see it? Opening bid or offer in your hands. $5 with our people right hand side, so $500,000 light and low, away we go. So $500,000 our bid. At $500, and I did that, maybe $550 would move you north. At $500,000 we are. Now $500,000 our bid, right hand will be call away. So at $500,000, $550. At $525 we're taking it, so $525. It makes $550 would be yours, sir. At $525,000 the bid. At $525 and $50 to go from here. At $525,000, 50 sir if you will. First time at $525. Second the opportunity at $525,000. Needs to be 50. Thanks for the offer though. So $525,000 with our people here. At $525 we'll do that 50 if you'd like it. At $525,000 your call. First chance again at $525. Second the call at $525,000. Third, final time at $525, 50 sir if you'd like it, at $525, 50? Needs to be 50, thanks for the offer. So $525, I move north at $550 on the owner's behalf, so $550, and $75 I pause negotiate straight away with you here today, at $550,000. Now $550, time is here, at $550,000, $575 to go. First time again at $575, why not? So $575,000, it means your bid will be 6 sir. At $575,000 your call. At $575, no further bid from here. I talk with our people in the centre. Obviously a little bit of distance to cover, but a chance to negotiate nonetheless. At $575,000, we take 6 to go from here. I go 3 times, first call. Second the chance at $575. Third, final time at $575. Okay, we've gone back to the 90s prices on this one, but happy with the pause. We go to $575. We talk to our people in the centre, see where we go here tonight. Back to you in a second.
Is this the first on-site auction after the lockdown?
Yeah, we had a virtual auction on Tuesday night, had 4 of them here. So it was just the agents here on the phone.
But everyone was on Zoom.
Nobody was
It's actually the first one is pretty accurate. No, I'm just waiting for 12 characters. It's really good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's from 8 to go.
So I'll just write my name and your number, and then we'll have a look at that.
Hey, thanks, folks. What we're doing just at the moment, you see us walking around, we are just negotiating a settlement date with one lady from Lightburn on Sunny Haven, which needs on offer. Pretty well, as soon as we get the settlement date sorted out, or not, and as the case may be, we'll be back to you in just 2 minutes, and we'll be kicking away with Sunny Haven. Meanwhile, the 2 properties that are in negotiation, Clem will be working away in the background with those, and we'll come back with fresh announcements in just a moment. Hey, thanks for your patience. We have sorted out what we needed to there, so we roll on to the next one, being 46 Sunny Haven and Beach Haven. It is a fee simple estate of 840 square metres, sitting on lot 27, deposited plan 46985, and your record of title being NA 1934 folio 79. Your list of channels confirmed as fixed floor coverings, blinds, light fittings, the burglar alarm, the dishwasher drapes, extractor fan, the garden sheds, wood sheds as it is, and where it is also. The household keys, the heated towel rail, wall oven, the gas hob on a 9 kg bottle, the ventilation system HRV, and the mass bore wood burner, keeping things nice and warm. Vacant position set down for you 30 weeks from the date of agreement or by mutual agreement, so an opportunity to flex there. Further terms of sale are nice and clear in many respects, and a great opportunity for us to be able to bid unconditionally here today under the terms that have been provided. Well folks, if you haven't met it yet, Regan Golding stands to the right hand side as always. Superb job in Beach Haven, and a perfect opportunity to be able to purchase a slice here at 46 Sunny Haven. Marketed as Tranquility, this property has it all, a superb flow. I love the step down aspect to the property there, with the living room stepping down into the extra living, and a great opportunity to be able to purchase a home that offers indoor-outdoor flow in a nice setting there for you as well. Some nice character mock-ons with the French doors as well, and everything just at your fingertips in terms of what Beach Haven has to offer. The village always nice and close by, the ferry nice and close by. Schooling and Auckland City and Hospital obviously not too far away as well. All well positions, and a beautiful opportunity to be able to secure this one. Some familiar faces in the crowd from a few months back. Good to see you. Let's get into it. Chance to bid. What do we say?
690.
690 starts as the left hand side, so it's $690,000. Welcome to take a 10 over and above, 17 to go. At $690,000 your offer. At 690 to bid back, 710 if we'd like it. At $690,000 we call away left hand. First chance at $690,000. Second the call at 690 the bids. Third and our final at $690,000, 700. Let's move in tens just for fun. 700,000 and a bit now, 10 to go at 710. So 710,000 left hand at 720. It's like a game of tennis, so it's going to look left and right. What do we go? 720?
725.
725 on the confident bid. So 725,000. Where do we say?
735.
35 and throwing at 10 in. So 735 on your bid. 50 bid now. 750 right hand side at 750 and
760.
60, 10 on top again, so it's $760,000. Easy rebuttal, maybe 80 would be good, but it's $760,000 left hand side at 760, where to?
765.
765, so 765, chuck a 5 in now, so it's 765, right hand side.
770.
770 our offer, so it's 770,000 and 5 to go at $770,000 the bid. At 770, time is here at 770,000 bid now. First, second with you, third, final, $770,000 and where to? 780 and showing the strings at $780,000 at 780.
790.
90 is our bid, so $790,000. 800 even, sounds good to me. $790,000 our bid. We chase it down. 800 to go. Are we there? First chance. Second the call.
795.
Thought so. So $795,000. Chucking it in. Your turn at 800.
Yep.
800's our bid. Now left hand side. So at $800,000. Takes me 5 or 10. First call at $800,000. Hey, never come to an auction with a round figure. At $800,000 our bid. 5 if you'd like it, just a cheeky one to help, but it's $800,000 it is. Left hand side and 5 to go if you'd like. First time then, 800 it is, left hand. Second the call, 800's our bids. Third, final at $800,000, 5. Are you sure? Yeah, okay, so at $800,000 we pause, we negotiate. We have a chat to our people on the left hand side. A bit of negotiations to take place, and we'll be back to you shortly. Now, refresh instructions on lot number 2 in just a second. Lot number 3 also a negotiation, and we pause. This one won't be too long. Thank you.
Just get this nice and straight. That's okay.
What's happening?
Still don't know how to take it off.
Let's see how that.
And it's in negotiating.
I've been eating it all. I don't know how to turn it on. It's so crooked. It's not there.
Thanks, folks. We've just had a little chat with Sunny Haven. We'll get back to you, folks, in just a moment. Meanwhile, a bit of an update on our property at Hogan's Road, number 14. There has been an increase from our buy-in in green here to a level of $650,000, so 650 is our new offer. Glenn's been working away at negotiating this one, and we're on the market here today. So at $650,000, if there is no further bid, we sell away here. It's with you at $650,000. Hogan's Road is gone in 3. So at 650, I'm with you, sir. First chance. At 650, we sell away here. Second, our opportunity at $650,000. Third, our final at 650. We sell here. Going. Well done. Just going to touch base with our Sunny Haven people one more time. And a couple come back in. Folks, a little discussion in the room with the owner. We have had the property at Sunny Haven here. What they've asked us to do is offer to the floor one more time. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be dealing with the top bidder exclusively, meaning that we more likely sell to them on an exclusive basis. It won't be on the market, but it will be the top bidder will have that right. Currently the bids, it sits at a level of $800,000 to our lady on the left hand side, and we offer the chance to be able to raise a bid over and above now. Now, if there's $5,000, now's the time to do it. Failing that, I talk to you, and more than likely we will sell to you here this evening. So at $800,000, a chance here, 805, so $805,000 here now. 10 the interest, so 810 and 15. At 815 the bid, 20 taken, so 820 and 25. At 825 the bid, right hand side. At $825,000, we're taking back 30. 30's our bid at 30. About the time we'll leave, so at 30, your bid now 40. 835, sorry, 835. It means your bid 40.
840.
40's the offer, and 45 to move. 845 is our right hand side, so at 845,000, 50 if we'd like it. At 845, so at 845 and 50. 50's bid, so at 850, time and opportunity is here. Ticking in 3, first time. Second, the chance, maybe 5 to do it. Third, final chance, it's $850,000. Did we see 5? Okay, well at $850,000, I can see the pain. At 850, we're with you left hand side. No further bid from here, folks. We do pause, and as I said, we're likely to sell it unconditionally to our top bidder here without coming back to the floor and announcing it on the market. As long as you're happy to miss it, $850,000 is where we are. First, second, third, final time at 850. Thanks, folks. So we pause, we'll have a quick chat to you on the left, and back to you in a second. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
These guys were getting
Yes. The negotiation. We went to negotiation. Just at the end was another lady who had just she was just like and she had to say something down. She had to sort of fight for the other community. So when but everybody else is and that's what it doesn't happen that often that happens. That's really unbelievable.
There's so many different things.
Language reckons background. We need to run things set up the right back on your phone.
I just force cut it out and started again. I just force cut it out and started again.
Hey folks, we will be 2 minutes. We're just having a little chat via here. We've got the owners on the phone. We'll announce exactly what's happening with Sunny Haven, and then we'll roll on to our last one, which is eagerly awaited by many. That is Paraguay in just a couple of minutes. Thank you.
too many positives to worry about. It's pretty, I think it's still less than the limit. It's good.
Thanks, folks. Obviously, we're dealing with a slightly different scenario than we normally would with in rooms, with the social distancing and people being outside. So thank you for your patience tonight. At least it's warm in here. We have a figure. It comes up to a level of 870,000 on Sunny Hayden. And as I said before, we were dealing with an exclusive negotiation, so we won't be dealing with anyone after this. And that means that we have sold to you here this evening. So congratulations, brother. Okay, well, let's prepare for Paragon. There is an announcement to make in a second, but let's get prepared for Paragon and wish those that are bidding all the very best. Those that have joined us here this evening, thanks for coming along, and we'll look forward to seeing you again in the near future, hopefully in a normal environment. But thanks for coming. Cheers.
Guys, we really appreciate that you're all here this evening. Obviously, we've got to play some funny games with spacings and social distancing and stuff. Number 12 Paragon has quite a number of interested parties registered to bid, and we're going to need seats for everybody. So for the first time in my 25-year real estate history, I'm going to actually ask people to leave my auction room. Never been done before, but I don't want you to leave. You're welcome to hang around, but I must say, if you're bidding on Paragon, most of those outside wanting to come in, we've got seats set up in groups of 2, or we'll redo again. I don't feel nice about saying this, but I need the seats for the people who are bidding on Paragon with their support person, and I'd really love it if you stuck around and watched and maybe came in at the end and had a chat to us. But if we could make room, that would be much appreciated. Thanks, guys. And for those coming in, I'd really appreciate it if it was a bidder and a support person rather than families of 3 or 4, because if you do, we're going to run out of room.
Each of the meeting rooms have seats as well.
And each of those meeting rooms have seats in them, so please feel free to take it. Those are actually the corporate boxes, we refer to them. There's a beer fridge at the back of each one. I think that worked. Thank you, everybody.
Just be mindful of the cameras on, so don't say anything you don't want your mum to hear. Because your mum might be watching.
Alright folks, let's roll on to our last offering here this evening. Obviously you've all been waiting in the chilly cold, so I'm sure you're welcome here with a bit of warmth. We are controlled, the air conditioning is controlled by the mall here, so we can't control the heat, and also vice versa, we can't control the cold if they are running cold. So it's nice to have some warmth anyway. We're here tonight obviously to bring forward, the original date was a few weeks. We've brought forward slightly in terms of your interest here this evening, and property that has been very well marketed over the last couple of weeks by Reading Golding team. The property at Paragon has been sought after by many, and obviously you can see the numbers here today. My advice to you would be to just make sure you bid, and that means we might have a bit of a mixing way to start with, but those that, when there's numbers like today, if you don't bid, you miss out, so get into it. Reading, obviously, throughout the course of the campaign has provided you details in respect to the bidding. I'll take you through your terms and your conditions first off, and we run through the property itself. Folks, number 12 Paragon Ave in Beachhaven is a fee simple estate at 673 square metres of land available to you. Lots 116, deposited plan 53736, and record of title in a 9D folio 821. Your channels, they are confirmed as stove, fixed floor coverings, curtains, lights, blinds, the light fittings, the drapes and garden shed. Vacant possession is set down 17 working days after the date of the agreement. The interest rate charged for late settlement is 12% per annum. Further terms, a few in the addition there, clauses 21 through 27. I'm not going to read through them here tonight. I'd like us all to go home in a good hour, so I'll leave it to you. I'm sure you've read and understood that contract. We do trust you have done so, and we take it upon your bid here today that you've understood the terms throughout. Folks, we wish you all the very best in your endeavours to buy here this evening, a property that is very well positioned indeed, and as we know, a home that We can add our own special flavour to, plenty of site for you to work with, and in Paragon, an enviable location. Beach Haven, as we know, is one of those areas that is continuing to appreciate, seeing some great attention, a number of reasons for that. It's got great lifestyle, it's reasonably close to our main arterial routes, and it is a good community atmosphere to it as well. So this home is going to be loved by the lucky one among you here today. It's got solid bones, it's ready for you to do as you will. You can move it and enjoy it as it is, or you can add your own little flavour to it. It is completely up to you, but this one will service your family very well into the coming years. So let's get into it. It is a chance for us to be able to bid the purchase here this evening. Number 12 Paragon, open now for bidding. 700, 50, and 25 on top, 775, 775 the offer. So 750 was the bid here, 75 just to confirm, sir. 775, so it's $775,000 now. 780, so it's $780,000 right hand side. It's 78 and 800. Your bid, sir? 10 and 810. 20 was with the left hand side first, so I'll take you. 25 is the bid, 825 and 30. 30 raised just before you. 35 is your bid, so at 835. At 835 the bid now. At 835 and 40. At 840, 45 back in. At 845 and 50. At 85 and 55. At 855 the number now. At 855 and 60. 60 is bid here. 65 straight back in. At 865. At 865,000. It takes me to 70 if you'd like it. At 865 our offer. At $865,000. Chance here at 70 to go. 70 with you, at 870 and back at 75, at 875 and 880 with you, at 880 at the bid now 5, at 885 and 90, 90's bid at 995, 900 back, 905 it is, at $905,000 the offer, at 905 and 10, 910, 15, at 15's bid your call, 20, at 20 and 25, 925, 9 and a quarter, at 930, 930 is the offer and 35, 40 if you'd like it, 940, at 940 and 45, 50 is your bid, sir, if you'd like it, $945,000 now centre, at 945, calling, first time at 50, at 950, 55 to go, 55 is our offer, 60 sir, 60's bid now, at $960,000, 65 if you'd like it, first chance, second the call, let's go, one for fun, 961,000, your bid, 2 sir, or 5, 65, 66 would be you, at $965,000. Good fight though, at 965, plenty of time to think about it, at $965,000 right hand. What do we do? First chance at 965, second the call at $965,000, third our final at $965,000 the offer. Folks, we pause, we have a quick chat with our owners, we will sit tight with you sir, be back to you in just 2 shakes, thank you. Okay folks, a little chat with a couple of owners at the rear here, obviously a few people to talk to on the phone, so conversation has, and we have an offer of $965,000, puts us on the market to sell here this evening. Hey, if there's $1,000, now's the time to do it. 965 is your offer. We go in 3. First chance at $965,000 we sell. Second the call then at 965 and going. Third final at 965. We sell away. Selling. Sold. Well done. Well, it's 4 out of the 5 properties sold here this evening. We thank you for coming along. We look forward to seeing you. Go and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks a lot.